What's going on, Sports Nation? Welcome back to a video, and today we have a very different type of video here today for you guys. So Brian Daboll, newly hired coach of the New York Giants, I think will make a huge impact on the career of Daniel Jones. Now, what I'm going to explain in this video is he the coach that Daniel Jones has been looking for, and how much of an impact he'll have on his career. First of all, we're going to do some background on Brian Daboll. We're going to go back and see where he's coached previously. He's been a coach since 1997. He has experience dating all the way back to a volunteer assistant at William & Mary. Then he was a graduate assistant at Michigan State from 98 to 99, a defensive assistant for the Patriots in 2000 to 2001, a wide receivers coach for the Patriots from 2002 to 2006, a quarterbacks coach for the Jets in 07 and 08, and the Browns offensive coordinator from 09 to 10, the Dolphins offensive coordinator in 2011, the Chiefs offensive coordinator in 2012, the Patriots tight ends coach from 2013 to 2016, and in 2017 he was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for Alabama. We all know great quarterbacks come out of the University of Alabama. And then he was the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Obviously did a great job with Josh Allen, as I believe Josh Allen's rookie year was 2018. And now, of course, he is the head coach of the New York Giants. Now, Brian Daboll, this dude is a quarterback whisperer. I mean, this Josh Allen, a kid from Wyoming, or a kid that played at Wyoming, no one really knew anything about Josh Allen coming into the league. Brian Daboll has completely changed all of that rhetoric. Josh Allen is now one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Some would argue maybe top 3, top 5, or top 10 for sure. Some people think he is one of the best in the league now. And I have these stats listed here for a reason. It's because these were Josh Allen's stats like before he got over the hump of being just an elite quarterback. And I believe Daniel Jones is prior to the hump, because he obviously doesn't have all the weapons that Josh Allen has. He doesn't have Stephon Diggs, doesn't have, Cole Beasley. He doesn't have all these weapons that Josh Allen has. There's Dawson Knox. But Josh Allen, his stats before he got to that elite status: 3,000 passing yards, 510 rushing yards, 9 rushing touchdowns, 20 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and his QBR was 85.3. Now, this is actually very interesting because statistically, Daniel Jones had the better year in 2019. And this is both before these quarterbacks before Josh Allen got over his slump. Daniel Jones, he has been declining, but that's because, in my opinion, of coaching and just lack of weapons. Because in my opinion, Daniel Jones, I believe, how do I want to say this? I think he is a blend, like a nice blend between Matt Ryan and Josh Allen. I believe he's not as mobile as Josh Allen, but he has the ability to throw in the pocket like Matt Ryan. I mean, obviously, you can see 3,000 passing yards in his rookie season, 24 passing touchdowns, 12 interceptions, QBR of 87.7. That is very Matt Ryan-like numbers. And I just think that Daniel Jones still has a lot of potential. I do not think people need to give up on him yet, especially with Brian Daboll coming in as the new head coach for the New York Giants. He is really, really going to help Daniel Jones, in my opinion, and he may be a top quarterback in years to come. As you can see, Daniel Jones has the potential. He did this in his rookie year. I mean, his stats have been getting worse and worse, like, in my opinion, because of coaching. Josh Allen has been getting better and better because of coaching. I mean, you guys may not agree with me. I know there's some people out there that do. But I believe Daniel Jones, I'm not comparing him to Josh Allen, obviously, like now, because they're obviously like polar opposites at this moment. But I believe Daniel Jones can get to be not as good as Josh Allen, but almost to that point. Because Brian Daboll, very good offensive coach. As you can see, the Bills have just had a dominant offense this year, and he's done an incredible job with Josh Allen, turning him from a college quarterback from Wyoming into one of the best that this league has to offer. And Daniel Jones, I believe, is an up-and-coming superstar. I mean, this is just my opinion. You guys can agree with it. You guys can trash it. I don't care. We'll discuss everything in the comments. But I still believe in Daniel Jones, and I still think he has a lot of potential. And I think the Giants would be stupid to give up on him right now. Because we have seen him put up these, I would say, Pro Bowl-like numbers of 24-12, 3,000 passing yards in his rookie year. I would say that in the next couple of years he'll make a Pro Bowl. I am very high on Daniel Jones, as you guys can see. I think with more weapons and a couple years with Brian Daboll, that the Giants will start moving into playoff contention. This may be a stretch in y'all's opinion, but I think when Kadarius Toney gets healthy, he has Andrew Thomas on the offensive line. If you can convince some veterans to come in and play for Coach Daboll, and you get some good guys in the draft, you never know what can happen. A team can be put together very, very quickly, as we've seen with, the Tampa Bay Bucks. They got Tom Brady in there, which obviously is completely different, but they got a good quarterback in there, which in my opinion, I'm comparing this to getting a brand new, really good head coach. Tom Brady came in, and then you got all these people wanting to come back and play with Tom Brady, Gronkowski, several others. And I think with Brian Daboll coming in and being this new coach for the Giants, that'll convince some people to come play with Daniel Jones. Maybe they see the potential in Daniel, maybe they don't. I know I do. And I'm really stoked to see what Brian Daboll does with Daniel Jones. This could be a complete flop. Who knows? But this is just my opinion. We'll chop it up in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Daniel Jones is going to be something special.